Hello there. Today we have a black box. And this black box is not just only a black box. This black box contains something really nice. You could kind of said that this black box have a supercharger for your camera. And depending on what size your supercharger, not your supercharger, depending on what size of your camera or what camera you have, this supercharger might work slightly different. It's just not any supercharger, and it's not just anything in this box. It's full of ninjas. And this is not the ninja text. It's full of ninjas. This black box is not just any black box. It's full of ninjas. I got it. Well, this is the Atomos Ninja V. And some of you might know what this is. Others might not. This is, as the picture here on the package suggests, it's a monitor. But it's not just only a monitor, it's also a recorder. In many cameras today are recording one thing inside of the camera, but when you're connecting the camera to this recorder, you unlock the full potential of your camera. In this case, this camera records like 4K 10-bit color in 4:2 color. While if I connect this one to the camera, all of a sudden I have the possibility to record in RAW. And not just RAW, like 5.7K. I get everything that comes out of the sensor into this, and I got a full signal, which gives me a raw signal at 5.7K with all that good and nice color information. Besides just being a recorder, it's a really good monitor. It has 1000 nits of brightness, and it shows some really nice colors. And it has some nice features that will help you with focusing and stuff like that. And it supposed to work good in sunlight and bright situations. And it's pretty light, it's only 360 grams. The reason why this one is mainly going to be used as a monitor is because the camera I normally record with already records in RAW format internally. And not only RAW, but in B-RAW, which works very well with DaVinci Resolve. This one, however, records in ProRes RAW. Small disclaimer, the Atomos Ninja actually records in many different formats, but the limit to what it is able to record comes from the signal that the camera is able to send out. So in this case, when I'm saying that it's limited to ProRes RAW, that is because the Panasonic S5 that I'm recording with is sending out that kind of signal. Other cameras send out other kind of signals, and that gives you some other recording options with the Ninja. This one, however, records in ProRes RAW, which unfortunately doesn't work in Resolve. Well, at least I don't think it does, but if it does, it will say yes here, and if it doesn't, it will say no here. However, as I mentioned, it's a really nice monitor, so let's open the box up and see what we have inside. And inside you find the hero, which is the recorder itself. The recorder comes with a nice protection, and there's some nice instructions telling you to download the latest OS and also to register it to get warranty. It has one mount in the bottom, and there's one mount in the top. There's none on the sides though, but there is cages that you could purchase to it if you wanted to mount it differently. It seems like there's an adapter here making the threads bigger. Let's see if that's the case. and that's the case. So you have the possibility to either mount it on the bigger option or the smaller. That's a nice feature that you're getting that one with the kit. And it also has those 2 extra holes, which makes it even more stable when you are mounting it. It uses Sony MP battery, and you are also having the possibility to put a hard drive here. For the hard drives, you need a case from Atamos. They're not very expensive. You're buying 5 of these cases for $50, and then you put your own hard drive into it, and you're just sliding this one in, and then you have your recording settings done. Let's see what else we got in the box. The box itself is very well made. We have a quick start guide and some warranty information. Here we have a power connector for power delivery. Power simply goes on like that, and then I suppose you're connecting your power cable into this. That's a nice feature if you're gonna be producing in the studio for a longer amount of times. We have some other stuffs in the box. Let's take out everything. There's even an included hard drive carrier. So this is the recording media where you put it in. You put your hard drive in here, and then you just screw it together and you're done to record. You get some different adapters for different countries. And I guess this is the AC adapter, which is correct. So put your adapter on. And a nice feature here is that there's a screw here, so it actually screws on, and it's gonna be there tightly, so there's no risk that this is gonna unplug when you're using it. Say if you are recording something, you don't want this to go out, so that's a nice safety feature. There's always a risk that this one goes out, but you have other ways of securing your outlet if you need to do that. However, there's still a risk that your recording media might go out. There's nothing to secure that. If you want to secure your recording media, you need to get a certain cage that has that possibility to secure your recording media. The device itself has HDMI in and HDMI out. This was one of the main reasons why I picked this one up, mainly to be used as a monitor and not a recorder, because I have a need of one HDMI in and one out. So keep that in mind. If you want to connect other monitors, this monitor provided that solution already. There's a nice little tab here that you need to push down in order to remove the battery, which is also a nice safety feature, which it keeps it secure while using it. On the other side, you have your remote input, headphones input, and microphone input, and of course the power button. Let's remove the case. That is so satisfying. Let's find out how long it takes for it to start up. So I'm attaching a Sony MP battery here and pushing the start button. It boots up pretty quickly, and there is a fan on this one that when you booted it up, the fan was slightly higher, but now when it's not in use, it's slightly lower. Let's see if my microphone is able to pick up the fan noise. So let's remove the microphone and see if I could get the fan noise. Depending on your angles, it doesn't pick up the noise so much. The highest output of the noise is exactly where the vents are. So if I'm putting the microphone here, I don't think the fan noise is a big issue. Let's connect a hard drive. This disk is an SSD disk. It might or might not be able to use other disks than SSD, but I see absolutely no reason to use anything else than an SSD. SSD is faster and more secure. You also need the writing speed from the SSD in order to record and use this device for the fullest potential. Overall, when pushing the buttons, the device feels responsive, it responds very quick, and it basically feels like a smartphone. This is literally what you're getting when you're buying an Atomos Ninja. It's going to be very interesting to try this out in real life, see how good it is, especially see how the RAW codec look on it when you're recording in RAW. And I'm planning to do that on my Lumix S5, see how that works out. But as previously mentioned, the main purpose with this is to be used as a recorder for the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 6K camera. With this monitor and recorder, I'm going to explore the possibility to record proxies on this one simultaneously as you're shooting in B-roll. What that would mean is that I could literally just unplug the hard drive and give this to the editor, and the editor could start edit immediately. Same goes for you. If you like working alone, you could record proxies and then you could start record immediately instead of using that heavy raw files. Even if the B-raw is quite easy on the computer, our proxy format is in some setups required. If you're mainly looking for a very good monitor and don't need a recorder or the dual HDMI input and output, then I would definitely recommend you to take a look on the Shinobi, also from Atamos Shinobi, which is a slightly lighter unit, same size, in many ways similar functionality, but it's mainly a very good monitor. If you want to see more content related to this, click on subscribe and also click that bell icon so you get notifications every time I release a new video, which I do once a week. And it's probably going to be more than once a week now when I'm starting to get this set up here. So, thanks for watching and I see you later. And yeah, you click here to see more film stuffs and here to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.